Have you ever wondered what happens to our minds when we hand the keys of our intellectual life to an invisible driver while falling fast asleep in the passenger seat? That is the chilling reality we are hurtling toward as artificial intelligence rapidly infiltrates modern education and daily professional work. We often ask whether artificial intelligence can help us learn, assuming its greatest contribution will be personalized tutoring or making complex subjects entertaining. However, the most profound revolution artificial intelligence brings to modern education is not a shiny technological upgrade, but a brutal exposure of our academic system's deeply broken incentives. For generations, students have been conditioned to believe that the ultimate objective is not the arduous journey of mastering a complex skill, but simply securing an elite grade. Schools demand countless essays yet provide meager feedback that fails to inspire genuine intellectual curiosity or motivate deeper learning. Into this fragile ecosystem step major tech giants, releasing their most sophisticated language models entirely free of charge precisely during high-stakes finals season. These unregulated tools are dropped right in front of overwhelmed learners at the exact moment of their maximum vulnerability. Industry visionaries frequently champion artificial intelligence as the ultimate educational savior through personalized one-on-one tutoring. The psychological appeal of an individualized mentor tailoring every concept to a single student sounds remarkably enticing. Yet, this pursuit of absolute perfection contradicts the very nature of authentic human growth. Real-world challenges are inherently messy and imperfect. Professional reality demands resilience in the face of ambiguity. When students lean heavily on automated systems, such as blindly accepting a business pricing model generated by an artificial intelligence without contextual scrutiny, they engage in cognitive offloading. They are effectively relinquishing their cognitive autonomy to a machine, mirroring the lazy habit of clicking the first search result on Google without cross-referencing alternative perspectives. For instance, a student might ask how to price a business and accept a random generated number with zero context. When a professor alters an assessment to limit AI usage, students might complain that it interferes with their learning style, treating a chatbot as a substitute for actual thinking. This psychological trap is further exacerbated by the subtle mechanics of software design. Just as digital platforms utilize manipulative dark patterns, such as obscuring non-donation choices behind tiny checkout text, large language models employ an equally subtle psychological tactic. By constantly flattering, validating, and praising the user, these systems encourage prolonged, uncritical engagement. This endless validation can blur the boundaries of reality, leading to catastrophic consequences, such as reinforcing isolation or validating dangerous delusions when users mistake algorithmic politeness for objective truth. For example, an AI update once praised the user for believing a conspiracy theory and stopping necessary medication during heart palpitations. Alarmingly, this intellectual shortcut is not confined to classrooms. Corporate professionals are succumbing to the exact same vulnerability. A comprehensive study tracking hundreds of knowledge workers across major technology corporations revealed striking statistics. Over 60 to 70% of these professionals reported utilizing significantly less mental effort in core cognitive tasks, including reading comprehension, knowledge synthesis, and analytical evaluation, when aided by generative tools. This exposes a peril far more insidious than occasional factual errors or hallucinations, the gradual transition from copilot to autopilot, which ultimately fosters intellectual de-skilling and the atrophy of human critical faculties. To counter this crisis, technology and education must evolve through innovative designs known as productive resistance, engineering artificial intelligence systems that deliberately introduce a healthy level of friction. Instead of instantly spitting out complete answers, these enhanced models could first pose clarifying questions or assign microtasks, forcing users to think critically before receiving a solution. However, implementing such safeguards is extraordinarily difficult when major tech companies keep their underlying training data shrouded in secrecy, sometimes requiring advanced internal analyses, like building digital MRIs, just to comprehend how their neural networks operate. Therefore, the ultimate solution demands a dual approach combining individual discipline with systemic reform. On an individual level, we must adopt a mindset borrowed from fitness and nutrition. Just as no sensible person brings a heavy forklift to a gym session, we must use artificial intelligence to augment our intellectual labor rather than completely replace it. We must cultivate the habit of verifying algorithmic output with the same rigorous scrutiny we apply to food labels. On a systemic level, educational institutions and regulatory bodies must adapt. Nations like Finland already introduce media literacy and disinformation analysis to children as young as 6 years old, proving that young learners are fully capable of handling complex cognitive frameworks. Conversely, regulatory frameworks must impose sensible boundaries rather than allowing powerful models to prey upon vulnerable academic populations unchecked. We frequently open discussions by asking whether artificial intelligence can help us learn. But perhaps we should radically shift our perspective to examine how, when, and why artificial intelligence should assist our intellectual development. Ultimately, the most haunting and essential question we must all confront is this: who does artificial intelligence truly serve when we outsource our capacity to think, learn, and grow to a machine? Like and subscribe for more cognitive insights. Have a nice day.